Richard Pearl and others feel that suicide bombers are kissing their Qurans as they prepare to attack us. And even as you watch this program, terrorists could be plotting another atrocity. The US and UK governments say their priority is to protect the public. So does this mean that they can justify torture?
If, for example, a nuclear weapon had been placed somewhere in Manhattan, and we had in our custody the man who placed it and could tell us where it was, and it was set to go off automatically, would we be justified in that situation in using any conceivable means to get from him the information necessary to disarm that nuclear weapon? I think the honest answer is yes.
While politicians ratchet up the sense of threat, they talk in code, saying any conceivable means when they mean torture. Others are more explicit. Professor Michael Levin has called for reconsideration of the ban on torture and is frequently quoted by neocons.
The case for torture is, I suppose, most simply when the numbers get big enough and the wrong to be done is bad enough, we're entitled to take steps which would normally seem beyond the pale. One of them would be to extract the information by torture.
What do you mean by torture?
Well, here I'm, so to speak, I'm open. Whatever it would take to get the information. Could be physical pain, it could be psychological duress, although I wasn't thinking about it. I would even go so far as to say it would be the infliction of pain on third parties. For instance, if his infant son, if he has a soft spot for his infant son, it would be all right to threaten to inflict pain on his infant son if that would get him to reveal a location.
And would it be okay to actually do that inflicting of pain on the infant son?
I believe it would, yes.
If I'm acting tough and you're torturing me and you try the rack, you'd then move on to the electrodes on the testicle?
I guess so. I guess so.
I'm feeling uncomfortable already. Perhaps they wouldn't go as far as Professor Levin, but many people do feel that torture's justified if you're faced with a terrorist mastermind in custody who's planted a ticking bomb. But if this is the best argument for torture, can anyone come up with some real-life examples of when torture's saved the day like this? I ask an expert. Mike Baker has 16 years' experience with the CIA. Over many years, how many subjects, or whatever word one might use, have you actually interrogated?
You know what?
Oh, you got,
yeah, I'm gonna pull back on that one and just say that that's the sort of specifics that you know.
Would it be fair to say, I mean, that you have, I mean, you've had the opportunity to at least have a bit.
I'm familiar with the subject. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. The classic justification, if you will, for the use of torture and interrogation is the so-called ticking bomb scenario, where you honestly know that the guy knows where the bomb is and you can stop it if you get it out of him. Can you think in your entire career of one situation where that's actually ever occurred? Is there an example of that?
No, not in my time.